I will stand upon my watch. Habakkuk 2, verse 1. We're all turning to the Bible, apparently, in these times of trial and tribulation. Or so he says, the Reverend Dr. Gibson Mackay of the Church of the Holy Reclamation. And we gotta take him seriously because he's on the internet. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch and see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So there you are then. We live in a wicked and dangerous world, and we gotta watch out. I was looking for the reclamation yard in Frew, actually. My daughter-in-law wants a Victorian fireplace for the small sitting room. Never know what you're going to find when you go surfing on the net. They're ever so generous. Her and our Michael. They gave me the computer for my 75th birthday. Well, she said, it's your 3/4 of a century. And anyway, everybody needs one these days. This is the information age. Information and communication is what it's all about, especially for our seniors. I expect she thinks it'll keep me out of mischief. You can go anywhere with that box of tricks, she said. The world will enter your living room. I'd rather get out, to be honest. I like to feel the sun on my face, listen to the birds and look at things. I used to go searching for fossils when I was a child. Won a prize at school for me Ammonites. I like to go over to the old post office in Stoke Malfeasance and buy myself some provisions when I get the chance. She's a nice girl, kind and thoughtful, but she worries too much. Always out campaigning and leafleting, writing letters, trying to get the old power station shut down. Always worrying about the planet. Super volcanoes. That's the latest one. They're very dangerous, apparently. They don't look like mountains, but they do lurk under the ground, and nobody knows where they are. According to the internet, there might be one under Somerset. Yes, really. Where do you think all the hot water for the springs in Bath do come from? Under the Mendips. You can see them from here, look. Oh, they look a bit damp and chilly to me. I've done all my life. But you can never be sure, can you? Not when it's on the internet. Not when it's been put there by a professor from the University of Southwestern California. Now, I'd have thought that an intelligent girl like her, with a degree, mind, in English literature, oh, well, they're not short of a bob or two, so they must be doing something right. I don't lack for nothing. She cooks all my meals for me, all low-fat and organic, very expensive, and she never asked me for a penny. Every Thursday morning, I go to a day centre in Glastonbury, the New Horizon Centre for Citizens of the Third Age. She said it'd be good for me, it'd get me out of myself, and I'd learn new skills, like how to set up my own website. So she rang them, and they come and pick me up in the minibus. I haven't seen some of the old dears that goes in there since we was all at school. Susan Penny, nice girl, a bit posh, pretentious they call it now. I used to wind her up, told her, if you walk across Stoke Moor alone on a Sunday night, the old man of the marsh will creep up behind you and push you in the pill. You've got to have a laugh sometimes, haven't you? We get on all right now. united in our opposition to the daft baggage that runs the place. I own her. She's always telling me to share my inner narrative. Tell us your story, Pat. And when I tell her to mind her own business, she says I mustn't be so negative. And then we have to do chanting. I'm free, I can be anything I want to be. I can be a mountain, I can be a tree, because I'm free. No, I'm not. Not anymore. Not without my bloody bike, I'm not. They have confiscated my bike, and they won't tell me where they put it. But I have noticed there was a brand new padlock on the potting shed door. I've got to admit, I haven't exactly been behaving very responsibly. I came off sea, rolled it into the pill. Well, it's these speed cameras, they do bug me. The glittery eye follows you all along the street. The green eye of the little yellow god. Anyway, I came down Monk Hill a bit fast and I lost control. Next thing I knew, I was up to my waist in muddy water with weeds and stuff in my hair. Oh, Mum, she said, you didn't have to panic like that. You didn't really think you were going to be caught by that camera, not on your bike. Well, yes, actually, I did. That was the point. I reckoned I could do 30 miles an hour on that bike easy, so I rose to the challenge like Mad Carew. In the stole it, the green eye of the little yellow god. Are you with me? Oh. Anyway, I gets to the top of Mump Hill and I goes for it. I had a bet on, didn't I, with some of the old dears at New Horizons. 10 each when I showed them my summons. That'd pay for the fine, see? She looked at our Michael, caught his eye, you know, like they do, and said, I think we'd better look after your bike for you, Mum, just until you're feeling a bit more, well, you know, able to cope. So now I'm out walking the dog. It sets their minds at rest if I bring the dog. They think I need protection. Because as an old lady in her 76th year, I am one of nature's victims. I am vulnerable, apparently. I thought 70 was supposed to be the new 40. But oh no. You can't be too careful these days, Mum, she said. You'll never know what's going to happen. There's been a lot of earthquakes. That one in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago, and the one in South Wales. Dog's not around anyway. Gone off somewhere. After deer, I expect. He don't pay no attention to anything I say. He'll be back when I have my tea. I'm not sure what she thinks he's going to do about earthquakes. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. Our headmaster used to read that in assembly. Can't be bothered with religion myself. A lot of silly old men telling us what to think. But it is getting popular again, so they say. The Reverend Dr. Gibson Mackay gets over 30,000 hits on his website every day, all looking for reclamation. She says, we're all looking for spiritual fulfillment. I say, well, that just goes to show there's one born every minute, my love. But she don't listen. Nobody does now. Nobody cares what I think. I'm just a mad woman in the attic. Them intellectuals, see, and they have dinner parties for the intellectual people in the village, professors and the like. They drink a lot of wine, so it is actually worth going, and they talk about philosophy and stuff. Wittgenstein, of course, was much more preoccupied with epistemology. Oh, I says, I had one of those when our Michael was born. Couldn't sit down for a week. Recently, they've been encouraging me to stay in my flat of an evening and play with my computer. So I just gets on with updating my website. Oh, time for my tea. I can't go as far as I used to, not without my bike. But I do like going over to Stoke. You can't get a decent Swiss roll in many places these days, but the old post office still has them. She don't approve, of course. Too much sugar. Oh, sun's nice and warm now. I think I'll just sit here for a bit, look up at the Mendips and plan my next post. That's where the volcanoes used to be, up in the Mendips. They've all been dug up now by the quarry companies to surface airport runways and the like. Bit of a sad end for something that used to go off like Krakatoa. A long time ago, mind. 400 million years ago, to be precise, in Silurian times, when Somerset was down by the South Pole, if you believe what the scientists tell you. I've got some old photos somewhere that my dad took of them old crags that used to be lava plugs and flues. I'll scan them into my computer and put them on my website. Raspberry, apricot, jam and cream. Yes. It's all evidence, see, of where the volcanoes used to be, which is highly significant, for it is a well-known fact that your volcano does return to its old haunts, the old fault lines, the weak places in the Earth's crust. So, one day, maybe, the Mendip Hills will take off for the stratosphere and blow us all to buggery. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. They told me to set up my own website, didn't they? So I did. I was ever so careful, just like they said. Didn't let on where I live, so I can't be accosted in my bed by no weirdos. Didn't even use my real name. I've promoted myself, actually, to Professor. I am now Professor E.L. Proctor of the University of Southwestern California. Volcano Man. And I have to tell you, I get nearly as many hits as the Reverend Dr. Gibson Mackay. You've got to have a laugh sometimes, haven't you? Henry! Hen! Oh, there you are. Come on, my love. It's your favourite. Jam and cream. Good boy.